The Unsettling Shades of Pine Grove. I have always been a family man. I love my wife, Olivia, endlessly, and our beautiful daughter, Lily, is a spark of joy in our lives, bringing a sense of marvel with every smile. We lived a pretty normal suburban life until we moved to Pine Grove. Pine Grove was a small settlement nestled within dense woods, looking like something straight from a picture postcard. As a writer, the serenity of the place appealed to me. Trading the city's claustrophobic structures for vistas of sprawling meadows and towering trees seemed a good deal to perk up my creative juices. However, the story I am about to tell you isn't my creation. It was a reality much more terrifying than any story my mind could have ever conjured up. Our Pine Grove abode was an old yet comfortable two-story house. The Victorian layout and archaic interior were oddly inviting. The woods surrounding the house were deep and intimidating, a stark contrast to our home, but we nonetheless found it beautiful. During our first few days, we explored our surroundings. Lily loved wandering in the garden, Olivia started tending to the flowers, and I found my peace in the large study overlooking the woods. We were settling well into our new lives until one evening. That evening, engrossed in my writing, I didn't realize when dusk gave way to night. Suddenly, a chilling wind surged across, making me look out the window. I saw something flicker among the trees. Squinting, I tried to make out a distressed silhouette limping and staggering between the pines. My blood froze as I made out two bright dots staring right at me. Sprinting downstairs, I grabbed my coat and flashlight and headed towards the chilling encounter, but found no one. Unease clung to me like a shadow that entire night. Over the next few days, I repeatedly spotted the same figure lurking in the woods. The silent stare of those glowing eyes became a harrowing routine. In desperation, I confided in Olivia. Instead of the expected skepticism, she paled remarkably. Haltingly, she confessed about numerous eerie instances she had been brushing off. Whispers in her empty garden, shadowy figures reflected on kitchen utensils, and bizarre giggles heard while Lily was playing alone. Fearing the potential threat to our lives, I was determined to find answers. Knocking on every door in Pine Grove, I unearthed horrifying truths. We weren't alone. The nearby households were tight-lipped about the occasional flicker in their peripheral vision, a sense of someone watching, the lurking dread. Seeing my desperate plea for truth, they divulged about the legend of the gloom of Pine Grove, vengeful spirits of lumberjacks who were ruthlessly massacred in a feud ages ago. Their restless souls, they said, sought vengeance, and their curse had hung over Pine Grove ever since. Armed with this chilling knowledge, my nights became a dreadful countdown of endless hours. I found myself waiting for the trees to flicker with the unsettling glow. And then one night, the unthinkable happened. Lily disappeared. Frantically searching the entire house, we spotted an open window and a trail of tiny footprints leading into the woods. Sobbing uncontrollably, Olivia fell onto her knees while I, helpless, gazed into the gloom of the woods. There, a flicker appeared, and a weak cry of help echoed, unmistakably Lily's. Mustering courage, I stepped into the murky depths, calling out her name. Every step I took was fraught with tension, my heart pounding against my chest. The moonless night was every horror writer's delight, but tonight, it was my nightmare. Deeper into the woods, I encountered them, 7 shadowy lumberjacks wielding axes and spades, their eyes burning with an ethereal glow. My pulse raced, but hope ignited within me as I spotted Lily, lying unconscious near them. Steeling myself, I confronted them. "Return my child!" I yelled, my voice echoing in the otherwise silent woods. The lumberjacks paused, looking at each other, and then fixated their glowing gaze onto me. 4 words echoed, blood begets equal blood. Heart pounding, I realized the truth. They were trapped souls seeking redemption for their slaughter. Our small community had inadvertently sprung up at their death ground. They were enslaved in a cycle of vengeance and desolation, bound by their brutal end. Remembering their cryptic message, I pleaded, "Your vengeance is justified, but let us help you break free. We can remember you, honor you. Lily can grow up knowing your stories, your struggle." You deserve to be known, not feared. A chilling silence fell, only to be broken by a faint rustle. Then in unison, they whispered, agreed, remember us. With that, they faded into the shadows. Suddenly, I was alone amidst the trees with Lily stirring in my arms, oblivious to what had transpired. That night has been imprinted in my memory. We opted to stay in Pine Grove, considering it our responsibility to remember the history of those slain lumberjacks, making sure that they didn't fade into oblivion. Pine Grove is still eerie and weird, but it is home. The gory past that clings to it is part of its essence. But it is also a tale of redemption and understanding, not just a ghost story. It is a testament that in life or afterlife, everyone just wants to be remembered. And we are here to make sure that they are. And as for writing, for the first time, my most intense work wasn't a product of my imagination, but a tale from my life. Who knew my decision to move to Pine Grove for inspiration would bring me face to face with an eerie reality much terrifying than any fictional horrors I had ever written?